Good morning, guys. In last session, we discussed about the logged in user information and all, right? I think once a user logged in, we have to display some menu items. If he logged out, we have to display some menu items. Can you see? Here we are able to see register and login buttons. By clicking the login button, user will enter his username and password 123456. On submit, he is going to the particular page. But here we are hiding the menu items, login and register, and we are displaying welcome to the login username and some information we are displaying. Edit profile, my profile, upload avatar and logout, something we are displaying here. By clicking the logout button, I think we are logged out. I think this is what we implemented in the last session, guys. So if we can go to the implementation, the functionality, I think we also moved one more thing. Session we are loading automatically, right? So if this automatically load, we don't need to load the library into your controller because session is auto loaded. Why? Because session now if session is auto loaded, that is going to be placed in each and everywhere in our controllers because we want to use session in the header. Header is a common for each and every page. Definitely, the session also should be common for each and every page. That's the reason we are stopped loading session manually and we are loading the session automatically. Perfect. Once the user logged in, he is redirecting to home page, right? In the home page, we have to display the logged in user information. Who logged in? You or me? So session, I mean, that information we have to display. Once your user logged in, I think now we are not displaying anything, guys. Let me log in again. So by entering the email ID 123456 on submit this, now you are logged in. Right. So here in this user controller, we have index method. In this, we are loading a user view, I think. So I think we didn't load any view, I believe. Go to user controller. Did you create any view for this guys to display the login user information? I think you are not creating anything, guys. Let me load a view, this of load of view with user view. Simply, we have to create user view. I mean, this view can be accessible by logged in user only. Others cannot access this, guys. Okay, now, right. So user view should be created now. So go to your views folder and try to create the user view. Go to views folder and create a new file with the name userview.php. File is created, guys. Here. I think we have to take the skeleton, right? What is the skeleton we are using? I think this is the skeleton, something we are using, right? Let me copy the same skeleton, guys. This is very important. So to carry this is news section, I think. Article view. This is homepage view. Let me copy this. I think this is going to be the better news section, right? Okay. So into the user view, we are going to keep this code and close the div. Div close. Sorry. As well as close the row div. Of that, close the section, guys. This is what you have to do it. Done. Say close the section, right? Section should be closed properly. Perfect. So here, whatever the information you guys are displaying, that should be the logged in user information, guys. Okay, right? So here, I just want to write a small message by saying that welcome to. Let's write this on the station. Let me take a H1 tag here. Who logged in? You. Your name should become here. Welcome to Ron. Okay, just you can refresh the page. There you can see welcome to Ron. Here, I want to take a table for displaying the logged in user information. Let's take a table tag, open table tag, close. Here, let's make some tr, td, and td name. So here we can display the name something like this. Name is going to be somebody's name should become here. Who logged in, their name should be here, guys. Second one is going to be the email. This is going to be the rom@mail.com. rom@mail.com. One more TD. I think we are taking mobile as well. Mobile and some mobile number. This is all static data, guys. Actually, we have to bring the data from a database for the logged in user. Who logged in? You, your information. Me, my information should be available here. Now, this is going to be name, email, mobile, gender also I think we are taking, right? Or else let me check the database guys here. What are the fields we are saving in the DB so that we can easily understand? Go to news database, open the users table, right? So this is users table and browse this. See the structure also, no problem. So username, email, gender also, status and profile pic. Okay, fine. Let me make the status by default active only. So we don't want to do anything here. Right, status is going to be active. ACTIVE active. Nana? Right. Status is active and you want to display profile pic. Also we can display and account creation date also. Right, I want to take account created date or date of join. Simply let us take this as a date of join. Date of join. So the date of join is going to be saved in the DB, right? Whatever the database saving, that value we have to display here, guys. Let us take some value here. Some value just I'm taking. We have to check it. What is the value you are saving in the DB? Okay, guys. This is the information I can display. And you can display your logged in user profile also right here. Just besides this welcome to Ram, or you can display the name of the logged in user. If user logged in, we can display his profile. Otherwise, I mean, if user uploads his profile pic, actually we are saving the profile pic column, guys. But initially there is no profile pic for the user. After logged in, there is a menu item we are providing the user. The menu item is going to be the upload avatar. By clicking upload avatar, the user can upload an image into the DB so that we can display here, guys. So we can display here. So we will see it later, guys. Don't worry. Perfect. Now this is all the information you are displaying on the screen is static information. Is that not right? This is the completely static. Now we have to make all this data dynamic, guys. Whatever the data we are having, this data should be dynamic, and the table is also not looks good, right? For the table, we can use some of the bootstrap classes. So the bootstrap classes we have table class equal to table. That's it. Just you can use one class. If required, we can go other classes also. Table border, table contents like this. We have a lot of things are there. And just by refreshing the page, I think table was designed properly. This is for logged in user, guys. If user logged in, yes, we can display this, guys. But who logged in? How do I know? Right? So who logged in, their information should be displayed here, guys. This is very, very important. Before displaying this view, it is very important, guys, here. Go to user controller. This is the view we are loading. This view should display the logged in user data, guys. Who logged in? You, na, me, na? Me, my information. You, your information should be passed to this view, guys. So what I want to take, let's take a variable data of associative array, right? How can we pass the data to a user? So this is going to be, I want to take a key like this, login user, or else user info. Let me take this as a user info is my key, right? User info. Where is user info? Whose user info should be here? Logged in user info should be come here, guys. Definitely, where is the data? In database. Definitely, the data which is available in the database, we have to get it, guys. But definitely, we have to create a model now, right? We have to create a model as well as whose information we have to get. Your information, my information, or whose information should be collected here, guys. That we need to check it here, guys. So for collecting the user information, it's a very important thing. Where is the data? Data was in database. Who logged in? You. Your information should be there. Me. My information should be there. So how do I know who is logged in? By using this session, guys. In the session, you are saving three information. One is UniID and one is username and one is login true. Just I want to get the UniID. Based on the UniID, I want to get the data of you guys here. So let me get the UniID. The UniID may require in multiple functions, guys, seriously. So if it is required in multiple function, what I want to do, let me take this as a public variable. So if it is a public, everybody can access now. So you can take private variable also, no problem. Private means within the class only. The scope of this within the class. Private dollar user or logged in user. You can take the ID of the user, guys. User ID. This user ID. So just nothing was there inside of it initially, but who logged in, their user ID should be saved inside of it. As for this, this of user ID. Right? How can we access the global variable inside a method, guys? By using this keyword, this of user ID equal to C. This is the user ID. For this user ID, you have to assign the session value, guys. This of session of user data. In this, just you can pass uni ID. That's enough, guys. UNIID. That's it. What happened now? We don't want to write this statement in each and every method. I told you already, session is a super global variable, and especially if you're writing anything in the constructor that is going to be available for each and every method. This of user ID, remember carefully, this variable will always save some information. What is that information, guys? This is going to be ID is going to be type number. If you want to write a comment like this, any confusion, logged in user logged in user ID will be saved in this user ID, guys. Who logged in? And especially we are saving uni ID of the logged in user. So this is going to be very clear for me. Logged in user ID, right? That is the information we are saving. And what this is a private variable. What is the scope of a private variable? Within the class, wherever you want, you can access it. If it is a public, others also can access from other classes, guys. That's why session is a confidential. That's why I make this variable as private. And in this, I'm saving this, guys. If you want, you can just print this color, this of uni ID. You can understand what this is, the user ID. If you can just print it, you can see on the top of the page, you can see the logged in user session is printed, guys. It was printed on the top of the page. Can you see the session of the logged in user? Uni ID of the logged in user that we are saving in the session. Based on this uni ID, we are going to get the data. In database, this uni ID is a unique constraint. What is the meaning of unique constraint, guys? It does not allow the duplicate values. With one echo, one uni ID, there will be one user, guys. Definitely. Now, based on this uni ID, I need to write a query to get the data from database, guys. Here, for this, do we have any model, guys? Actually, we don't have any model, right? So let me load one model here. So in the constructor, let me load one model. This of load of model. Did you create any model for this as of now? No. Let us create a model called user model. What is the model name? User model. Right. Model is loaded. Once the model is done, immediately we have to load database also. No? This of load of database. Database also should be loaded, guys. If you want to perform any operations with the model, definitely database should be loaded. And we loaded the database. In this, we have to create one method to get the logged in user info, guys. But we didn't create any model first of all, right? So that model here, you can call the method this of here, whatever the model is writing, the data should be saved into a variable. Let me do one thing here. This is going to be this of user model. This is going to be user model. From this model, we have to create a method. Actually, we don't create the model as of now. Let me write a one method logged in user info. This is the method I want to create, guys. But this method is not created yet. You have to create it, logged in user info. To this, we have to pass the logged in user ID. Who is logged in user ID? This of user ID. This is we just printed, right? So by passing this method to this, by passing the variable to this method, what we can understand, guys, logged in user info based on the login ID, session ID. So what is this is session. In this session, you're saving new ID, right? So you logged in, your ID will be there. Me logged in, my ID will be inside of it, guys. That user info we can pass to this data, or else you can pass to header also. If pass to header, that is automatically available to user view also. No problem at all, guys. That is your choice completely. Wherever you want pass, you want to pass this to only you body, you can pass to body. If you can pass in header also, that is automatically available to body also. Whatever you want, you can pass like this, guys. This is you can pass like this wherever you want. That is your choice completely. Done. Now this login is, if you can refresh, there is an error, runtime error. What is the exception? User model is not specified. Whatever the model you are specified, that is not created. That's why you are getting runtime exception. Remember, whenever you are getting runtime exception, unable to locate the model, that is you have specified a user model. So go to models and create one model, guys. That is going to be user model. Yeah, user model. This is a class. We know that every model should extends with ext and ds extends with ci underscore model, guys. This is a model. Okay, all right. Inside of it, what is the function we have to create, guys? Model is created, but if you can refresh, there is an error. What is the error? Call to undefined method user model of logged in user info. Earlier, There is no model. Now model is there, but in the model we didn't create the method logged in user info. That method we have to create inside of it, guys, based on the ID. Public function. This should be public serial function logged in user info. This is having a parameter. What is the parameter? The session ID. Nothing but. You can take any variable here, no problem. This is going to be dollar UID or user ID. Whatever the variable you want, you can take it, guys, no problem. User ID. What this should be done, guys, this method already we connected to DB. This method needs to get the data from database. It has charged related to the controller, guys. Let's write the method. This of DB of get. This of DB of get. What is the table name? Users table, right? This is going to be the users table. Here you have to write the where condition also. This of DB of where. In this we have to pass the ID UNIID comma dollar user ID. User ID means don't think. Some people may think user ID means they are thinking like this ID, not this ID. Okay, now I am considering my uni ID as a user ID. I don't want to use the primary key constraint, guys. Here, I just want to go with the same story here, right? So then now you can come down. This is uni ID is done. Based on the uni ID, we are getting the data, guys. There's a problem here. You have some error. User ID. Where is the method, right? Uni ID comma where this of DB. Here we missed a hyphen. Okay, this of DB of get users. Right. If you have records from this result set, dollar RESULT result. Okay. Take this into a variable dollar result. Okay. Now, if this of result of numbers RESULT result of num underscore rows numbers is greater than 0. I mean, at least one record is there. We can return the data. If the records are not there, we can return empty data, guys. Return false, empty. If the records are there, how many records you will get from the result set, guys? Only one record, right? Result of row. Just you can take the row method. This is going to be only one record. If you have multiple records, that is a result of result of array, result object. If you have only one record, you can use this method, guys, for fetching only one record. Now what happened? Now you can refresh. You don't have any error. I think data is ready and the data was passed to the view, guys. So in the view, this is the our user controller. Here we are passing user info. This user info variable, if you can print into your user view, I think you can see data will be printed here, guys. You can go print underscore r of. Just I'm going to print dollar user info. Just you can refresh the page and you can see the data of the logged in user, guys. Then right now what I need to do, guys, this user info is an object of ID, object of username, right? Everything I have to display here, guys. You printed whole data, but here I have to print the name of the user. Echo color user info of username. This is what we have to display, guys. Now just refresh the page. Who logged in? Welcome to hello world. If you want to make the first character should be uppercase, then what you have to do, guys, here to make it, guys, there is a method called UC first. UCFIRST. This is called PHP method. What UC first will do, first character of the name will become uppercase. H will be capital now. You see it like this. The name should be displayed here also. Let's write this open PHP, close PHP. So this is how we can display the logged in user information, guys. This is going to be the same. Let me copy here and get the same. This is going to be email. This is going to be mobile. Like this, guys. We are going to, earlier it is static data, right? Now it is completely dynamic. Now you can go with the gender, gender. And this is status is active, no problem. And date of join, guys. This is very interesting. Let me show you. Created it. The column name is going to be created underscore ATL. Right. Refresh it. This is static data. Now, if we can reload, we can see completely dynamic data and the information mail. And this is what exactly. Guys, actually, in database, we are saving the date like this. So, no, I don't want to save the date like this. I want to save the date like Sunday, 22nd January 2021, like this, guys. guys. Then for this, what we can do, actually database is saving the date like this. This we have to convert, guys. I think you already know core PHP. In core PHP, this is actual DB date. In core PHP, there is a method called date method. In this date method, we can pass L, comma, data, D plus M and capital I, guys. Now, if you can refresh, it is going to give the current date, Wednesday, 3rd February 2021. I don't want like this, guys, actually. So you have to get the registered date, but it is given the current date, right? For this, we have to use str to time is a method, guys. Str to time, this to this, we can pass the db time. Now what happened? db time will be converted into number of seconds. Those number of seconds will be converted into this format, guys. Now can you see, if we can refresh, you are getting Friday 22nd June 2021. This is how. Actually, in DB, we are saving the date in one format. While we are displaying, we are doing this into some other format, guys. So here also we can see on the top of it also it is giving something, right? This news application should display the current date, right? Where is this, guys? Go to header. You have this somewhere in header.php, I'm thinking. In header, where we are displaying this data that we can modify it also, guys. If you can bit come down, I think here are we are displaying somewhere, guys, here. This is what exactly. For this, what we can do, guys, we can remove this now. This is static one, right? The same format I want to display here. Echo date function. In this, we can pass a small l, comma, December, full month. Amma. This is going to be capital F, full month, comma, small d, comma, capital Y. Can you see the same? I'm going to take Friday, comma, December 05. This is going to give you the current date actually. Now, if we can refresh, can you see we are going to get the Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. This should become dynamically like this actually, right? Yeah. This is how we can display the logged in user information, guys. Next session, we can display about edit my profile. If possible, change password also. How can we edit my profile and how can we display the information? This we can see in next session. Thank you, guys.